Alara and Arya didn't notice her as they walked toward the elevator, talking and laughing softly together. Lucy's eyes narrowed. So that's how it is, she thought bitterly. An hour later, Arya was cleaning the 10th floor conference room, humming softly to herself as she wiped down the long table. She didn't hear the door open behind her. So, you're the new flavor of the month. Arya jumped, spinning around to find Lucy standing on the doorframe, arms crossed, her expression cold and hostile. Excuse me? Arya said, confused. Lucy walked closer, her heels clicking sharply against the polished floor. I saw you. With Ms. Montgomery. Getting out of her car. Very cozy. Arya's heart began to race, but she kept her voice steady. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play stupid, Lucy hissed, stepping even closer until she was invading Arya's personal space. You think you're special? You think you're the first cleaner she's noticed? You're nothing. Just convenient. Easy. I need to get back to work, Arya said. Listen to me very carefully, Lucy said, her voice low and threatening. Alara Montgomery is out of your league. She needs someone sophisticated and educated, not some poor girl who scrubs toilets for a living. Arya felt the familiar sting of inadequacy, the old wounds Marcus had left threatening to reopen. But she lifted her chin. I think Ms. Montgomery can decide for herself who belongs in her world. Stay away from her, Lucy warned, her eyes flashing with malice. Or I'll make your life here very difficult. I have connections, influence. I can get you fired with one word to the right person. Understand? Before Arya could respond, Lucy turned on her heel and stalked out, leaving Arya standing alone in the conference room, her hands trembling and her heart pounding. Arya arrived at the Montgomery estate, her heart fluttering with a mixture of anticipation and nervousness. She'd been coming to this house for months now. Olivia greeted her at the door with her usual enthusiasm, throwing her arms around her. Mama Arya, guess what? I got an A on my spelling test. That's a wonderful, sweet girl. Arya hugged her back, breathing in the scent of Olivia's strawberry shampoo. I'm so proud of you. Mama said we're having your favorite for dinner, chicken parmesan. And I helped Mama in the kitchen. You're becoming a big girl, Arya said warmly, letting Olivia pull her into the house. Alara appeared from the kitchen, wiping her hands on a dish towel, and Arya's breath caught the way it always did. Alara wore simple jeans and a soft blue sweater. She looked more beautiful than any woman had a right to look while cooking dinner. Hi, Alara said softly, her eyes lighting up as they always did when Arya arrived. Hi, Arya replied, feeling suddenly shy despite the months they'd spent growing closer. Dinner will be ready in about 20 minutes, Alara said. Olivia, why don't you go to your room? Mama will call you out in few minutes. Okay. Olivia scampered off toward her bedroom, leaving Arya and Alara alone in the foyer. The air between them felt charged, electric. Alara stepped closer, reaching out to take Arya's hand. I'm glad you're here, Alara said quietly. I've been thinking about something all day. Something I need to talk to you about. Arya's stomach flipped. That sounds serious. It is. Sort of. Alara smiled nervously, a rare expression on someone usually so confident. Come with me for a minute before the dinner. She led Arya to the family room, the one with the comfortable couches where they'd spent so many evenings reading stories to Olivia. But tonight, the room felt different. Intimate, heavy with unspoken words. Alara turned to face Arya, still holding her hand. I don't really know how to do this, she admitted. I've been planning what to say for weeks, but now that you're here, all my carefully rehearsed words have abandoned me. Just say what's in your heart, Arya suggested softly. That's always worked for us before. Alara took a deep breath. Okay, here goes. She looked directly into Arya's eyes. These past few months with you have been the happiest of my life. You've brought light and joy into this house, into our lives, in ways I didn't even know we were missing. Olivia adores you. She talks about you constantly. Arya felt tears pricking her eyes already, but she didn't interrupt. Alara, Arya whispered. I know we've been taking things slowly, Alara said. I know we have had sweet moments severally, and now I want to make it official to you. Alara's hands were trembling now as she held Arya's. So, I'm asking you, Arya-chan, will you be my girlfriend? Will you be mine, officially, completely? Will you let me be yours? The words hung in the air between them, beautiful and terrifying and perfect. Arya felt tears streaming down her face, but she was smiling so wide her cheeks hurt. Yes, she breathed. I'm terrified, Arya admitted with a watery laugh. But I'm more scared of not taking this chance. Of not being with you forever. So yes, Alara. Yes, I'll be your girlfriend. Yes, I'm yours. Alara let out a sound that was half laugh, half sob, and pulled Arya into her arms. They held each other tightly, both crying happy tears, both feeling like something huge and important had just shifted into place. Alara pulled back just enough to cup Arya's face in her hands, her thumbs wiping away tears. Then she leaned in slowly, giving Arya every chance to pull away until their lips met in a kiss that was soft and sweet and absolutely perfect. Arya's eyes fluttered closed as she melted into the kiss, her hands coming up to rest on Alara's body. The kiss was gentle at first, tentative, both of them honoring each other's lips. But then it deepened, became more certain, more real. When they finally pulled apart, both were breathless and smiling. They stood there for a moment, foreheads touching, just breathing each other in. There's something else I want to talk to you about, Alara said softly. While we're having important conversations. Okay, Arya said, still floating on the high of that kiss. Alara led her to the couch and they sat down, still holding hands like they couldn't bear to break contact. I've been thinking about your future, Alara began. About your dreams and goals. And I know you had to drop out of college when your mom got sick. I know that's always been a regret for you. Arya stiffened slightly. Alara, if this is about money. It's not, Alara interrupted gently. Not the way you think. Just hear me out, okay? Arya nodded, though she felt wary. Montgomery Enterprises has a tuition reimbursement program for employees, Alara explained. It's a standard benefit. Anyone who's been with the company for more than 6 months and works more than 20 hours a week qualifies. You'd apply through normal HR channels, get approved based on your employment status, and the company would reimburse your tuition costs as long as you maintain good grades. I'm just a cleaner, Arya said slowly. Would I qualify? You're on our payroll, Alara confirmed. You work well, and you've been here for several months. You absolutely qualify. This isn't me giving you money, Arya. This is you earning a benefit that comes with your job, the same benefit available to every other employee. Arya was quiet, considering. You really think I should go back to school? I think you should do whatever makes you happy, Alara said. But yes, I think you'd thrive in college. You're brilliant, Arya. You have so much potential. And I hate that circumstances forced you to give up on your education before. What would I even study? Arya wondered aloud. Anything you want, Alara said. What were you studying before? I was going to be a teacher, Arya admitted. Elementary education. I've always loved working with kids. That makes perfect sense, Alara said with a smile. Though I have to say, watching you with Olivia, seeing how naturally you understand business concepts when we talk about work, you might also be amazing at business administration or management. Business administration? Arya laughed. I'm a cleaner who barely graduated high school. You're so much more than that, Alara said firmly. Don't let anyone, including yourself, make you feel small. You're smart, capable, and you can do anything you set your mind to. Arya felt emotion clogging her throat again. Marcus had spent 2 years telling her she was nothing, that she had nothing to offer. And here was Alara, seeing all the potential Arya had buried under layers of hurt and doubt. I want to think about it, Arya said carefully. Not because I don't trust you, but because I need to make sure I'm doing this for me, not just because you think I should. That's exactly the right approach, Alara said, squeezing her hand. Take all the time you need. Just know that I'll support you whatever you decide. If you want to go back to school, I'll help however I can financially. Thank you, Arya whispered. For seeing me. For believing in me. Always, Ilara promised. Dinner's ready. Olivia's voice called from the sitting room. Are you guys coming? Ilara and Arya looked at each other and laughed. We should probably tell her, Arya said. About us. How do you want to handle it? Ilara asked. Honestly, Arya decided. She's smart. She probably already knows something's different between us. They walked into the sitting room hand in hand to find Olivia standing and holding her toys. Olivia, honey, can you come sit down for a minute? Ilara asked. We want to talk to you about something. Olivia's eyes went wide, flicking between her mother and Arya. Am I in trouble? No, sweetheart, not at all. Arya assured her quickly. We just want to tell you something important. The three of them sat at the paler couch, Olivia looking between her two mothers with obvious curiosity. So, Ilara began, glancing at Arya for support. You know how Mama Arya has been spending a lot of time with us lately? Yeah, Olivia said slowly. Because she is my friend. She's more than that, Ilara said gently. She's very special to both of us. And, well, I asked Arya to be my girlfriend today. And she said yes. Olivia blinked. Once. Twice. Then her face split into the biggest smile either of them had ever seen. Really? Your girlfriends? Like, for real? For real, Arya confirmed, laughing at Olivia's enthusiasm. This is the best day ever, Olivia announced. You're okay with this? Ilara asked, wanting to make sure. Okay with it? Mama, I've been hoping for this forever, Olivia said dramatically. Now Arya can stay with us all the time, right? Can she live here? Can we be a real family? Arya and Ilara exchanged glances. We're taking things one step at a time, Ilara said carefully. But yes, Arya will be around a lot more. And we're already a real family, sweetheart. We have been for a while. I know, Olivia said, but now it's official. Now everyone will know that you're my moms. Both of you. Arya felt her heart swell so large, she thought it might burst. Both of us, she repeated softly. I like the sound of that. They ate dinner together, the atmosphere light and happy. After dinner, they did the dishes together. Arya washing, Ilara drying, and Olivia sat on the kitchen table happily. It felt domestic and comfortable and perfect. Movie night, Ilara suggested when the kitchen was clean. Yes, Olivia cheered. They settled on the couch, Olivia between them, with a bowl of popcorn. But halfway through the movie, Olivia shifted, so she was leaning against Arya. Arya looked over Olivia's head to meet Ilara's eyes. In them, she saw her own feelings reflected: joy, contentment, love, and the promise of something beautiful building between them. This was just the beginning, Arya thought. But it was the best beginning she could have imagined. After the movie ended and Olivia had been tucked into bed by Arya, Ilara and Arya returned to the family room. Stay, Ilara said softly. Don't go back to your apartment tonight. Stay here. With us. With me. Arya didn't hesitate. Okay. They went to Ilara's bedroom together, and while nothing physical happened beyond soft kisses and gentle touches, lying in Ilara's arms felt like coming home. I love you, Ilara whispered. Arya's breath caught. I love you too, she whispered back. For a while. They fell asleep wrapped around each other. Arya felt completely safe. Completely loved. Completely home. Over the next few weeks, Arya thought seriously about Ilara's suggestion about returning to school. She researched programs. I want to study business administration, she told Ilara one evening. I've been watching you work, listening to you talk about the company, and I'm fascinated by it. I think I could be good at it. Ilara's smile was radiant. You'll be incredible at it. Arya applied to a good university's program. When her acceptance letter arrived, she cried happy tears. I'm going back to school, she told Olivia. I'm going to finish my degree. That's so cool, Olivia said. When I do my homework, you can do yours too. We'll be studying together. And that's exactly what they became. Arya would help Olivia with her school homework, then work on her own assignments while Olivia read or drew beside her. The months passed in a blur of happiness. Arya excelled in her classes, pulling straight A's despite the demanding schedule. She moved fully into the Montgomery estate, her small apartment abandoned for this beautiful home with Alara and Olivia. She and Alara grew closer every day, their relationship deepening from new and exciting into something solid and lasting. They learned each other's rhythms, learned how to communicate, learned how to be partners. "I never thought I could be this happy," Arya told Alara one night as they lay in bed together. "Neither did I," Alara admitted. "You've made everything better, brighter." Years passed. Arya completed her degree with highest honors. When the COO position became available, Arya didn't even consider applying. But Alara said to Arya in her office, "We want you for this role." "People will say I only got it because we're together," Arya said gently. "The announcement would be made at the next all-company meeting," Alara quickly said. "And that was when everything would change. Thank you for everything," Arya said gently. The conference center was packed with Montgomery Enterprises employees, 100 people crammed into the large auditorium for the quarterly all-hands meeting. Arya stood backstage, smoothing down her tailored navy suit, trying to calm her racing heart. "You're going to be amazing," Alara said softly beside her, adjusting Arya's collar even though it was already perfect. "Just be yourself." "Easy for you to say," Arya muttered. "You're not about to be announced as COO in front of hundreds of people who are going to assume you slept your way to the top." "Some will assume that," Alara acknowledged. "And your work will prove them wrong." Arya took a deep breath and nodded. She'd worked too hard to let self-doubt undermine her now. In the front row of the audience, Lucy sat with her arms crossed, a permanent scowl on her face. She'd been with the company for 5 years now, working her way up to executive secretary to the CEO, the closest she could get to Alara without actually being in a relationship with her. "Good afternoon, everyone," Alara said, her voice carrying easily through the auditorium. "Thank you all for being here today. We have some exciting announcements to share with you." The audience applauded, looking pleased. Alara continued, "That brings me to today's main announcement. As many of you know, our COO, Marcus Williams, retired last month after 30 years with the company. The board of directors and I have been working diligently to find his replacement, someone with vision, leadership ability, and a proven track record of excellence." Lucy sat up straighter, her expression shifting from bored to interested. She'd applied for the COO position, along with several dozen other qualified candidates. Surely Alara was about to announce that Lucy had been chosen. After all, Lucy had been positioning herself for this for years, making sure Alara saw her value, her sophistication, her worthiness. "I'm thrilled to announce," Alara said, a genuine smile crossing her face, "that our new chief operating officer is someone many of you already know. Someone who had demonstrated unwavering commitment to this company. Please join me in welcoming Arya Chun as Montgomery Enterprises' new COO." For a moment, there was stunned silence. Then the auditorium exploded in applause and Arya took one final deep breath and walked out into the lights. The applause grew even louder as she crossed the stage to join Alara. And then, in front of 100 employees, in front of executives and assistants and everyone who'd ever doubted her, Alara did something that made the entire room gasp. She pulled Arya into her arms and kissed her. It wasn't a long kiss, and wasn't inappropriate for a professional setting. But it was unmistakable in its meaning. This was love, this was partnership, this was real. When they pulled apart, the auditorium erupted again, louder than before. But the applause was mixed with gasps, whispers, and shocked expressions. Lucy's face had gone completely white, then red, then purple with rage. Her mouth hung open in shock and fury. This couldn't be happening. Arya Chun, the cleaner, the nobody, was being announced as COO? And Alara was kissing her? In public? In front of everyone? Tears of rage and humiliation started streaming down Lucy's perfectly made-up face. Arya stepped up her hand, finding Alara's hand for a brief squeeze before Alara stepped back to give her the floor. "Thank you," Arya said, her voice strong and clear despite the nerves fluttering in her stomach. "Thank you all so much for that warm welcome. I know my promotion might come as a surprise to some of you. I know there will be questions, maybe even doubts. After all, 4 years ago, I started at this company as a cleaner. And yes, I'm in a relationship with our CEO. She let that sink in, let the whispers ripple through the audience. But I want to be very clear about something. I didn't get this position because of my relationship with Alara. I got this position because I earned it. Over the past 4 years, I've worked harder than I ever thought possible. I went back to school and earned my degree with highest honors. I started in entry-level positions and proved myself at every step. I've led successful projects that have saved this company millions of dollars. I've managed teams, streamlined operations, and demonstrated the leadership and vision required for this role. Lucy looked like she wanted to murder someone. Arya leaned forward. I understand that some of you may doubt me, Arya said honestly. That's okay. I'm not asking you to trust me based on my words. I'm asking you to judge me based on my work. Give me 90 days. If after 3 months you don't think I'm doing an excellent job as COO, come talk to me. My door will always be open. Later that evening, back at home, Arya collapsed onto the couch with exhaustion. You are amazing today, Alara said, settling beside her and pulling her close. I'm so proud of you. Did you see Lucy's face? Arya asked. Everyone saw Lucy's face, Alara replied. It's already all over the company Slack channels. She was openly crying during your presentation. I should feel bad about that, Arya said. But I don't. She's been terrible to me from day one. She's been unprofessional and cruel. Then handle it, Alara said simply. You're the COO now. Personnel decisions are part of your job. Olivia congratulated Arya for her new promotion. As they sat there together, their little family, their perfect family, Arya thought about how far she'd come. From a broken girl scrubbing floors to a COO with a family who love. Tomorrow, she'd deal with Lucy. Tomorrow, she'd start proving herself as COO.